Welcome back. You're still on the Healthy Morning. Well, it's been an exciting morning on the set today, and I'd have to give credit to Afro Jerry's, and they're doing amazing. They'll still be here with us till the end, and so you haven't missed. If you missed it, don't worry, they'll come back and give you the best of it. But right now, we'll have to go into our relationship segment, and I have my regular, I call him the most regular resource person. Councillor Adofoli is right here with me. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome. Today, a topic that normally nobody would want to talk about, but like I said in the onset, death is an end, and so you would have to prepare towards it. And likewise, what our topic for today, divorce. Nobody wants to touch on it, and the stigma also. So let me start by asking you, what is divorce?
All right, thanks. And good morning to our cherished viewers.
Right, thank you.
Divorce is a legal action to end a marriage. God's purpose for marriage, there was nothing like divorce. When he created marriage, there was nothing like divorce. But Moses invented divorce or legally brought that to pass. Because about millions of people in a desert who are married and having issues, fighting up and down. The best way to save life is to come out with divorce. Like if you don't like your spouse, come to me. I'll give you a letter that shows that the two of you cannot be together again.
Right.
They can go separate way.
In the days of Adam?
Yes.
Okay.
So the marriage is supposed to stay until death do us apart. But another part of death that happened is divorce.
Okay.
And the divorce is so deep that the trauma it causes is so heavy. It's true that most of our community, we don't want to talk about divorce. The house, the churches, the places, we don't talk about divorce. And because of that, people don't know the dangers, the trouble, the trauma associated with divorce.
Okay.
Others are divorced, but pretend they are married. Because one way or other, the marriage is almost done. But because of the shame, the stigma outside, they pretend to be married.
Mostly women would have to face the stigma, if I'm right, and so they would have to pretend as if they're married.
Yeah.
Because people are going to ask questions and all that. And normally, how would you advise somebody to deal with this situation? I know from where you come from, normally you would not even expect anybody to get to that level, but it does happen, and so
yes,
we have to touch on it. They go through court. Even the judge will tell you that if you have your own way, go back and have some arbitration. So they give you time. But let's say it's finally arrived and the verdict has been given. Go your separate ways. What happens? I mean,
it's not easy when you confronted with divorce. Imagine what's happening when you hear your loved one pass away, your dear one. They just tell you that, look, that loved one is no more, is dead.
Okay.
The pains, the sorrow, the reaction, the trauma you go through, it's just equal to a relationship that comes to an end. You hear your husband say, look, I believe this is not going to work, let's go separate way. Wife say, look, I'm tired of this marriage, let's go separate way. Even if a boyfriend or girlfriend jets you, you see the kind of pain, the trauma you go through.
That's right.
Divorce is equally like that. So the first thing that happens is broken heart. They all go through a broken heart.
Yeah, and which you've dealt on the same platform.
Yes, they all go through a broken heart. So the pain associated with this heart, that's the center of life that keeps you balanced. Going down, it affects every aspect of your life. The second thing is their spirits get crushed. They lose hope, the sense of living. Things they love to do, they don't feel like doing them anymore. That reaction that they think different. And to know that that man I live with or the woman I live with the whole year, I've spent my life with them. Some even call dear husband, my father, my friend, my everything. It's no more. You could just imagine what the person go through. He loses hope, the spirits crash. And the next thing that happens is they go to painful soul. The soul made up of the mind, your will, and that of your emotions. So the soul is also going to go through this kind of trauma. The way you think changes. The way you see things now, they are different. Then,
from unlike
before, because the pain has even affected the way you think. Then taking decision, the way to do something so will be affected. Then the memories from the past will come back hunting you. You see the dining table. There were days that you eat. Now you see the dining table is so empty, you alone eating. It brings back the memories. So the memories come to hunt you. These are all things that go through the state of wind.
If I
the last part of it will be suicidal. Others don't feel like taking it anymore, so they want to just end their life.
So that it will not come to hunt them?
No, I just want to keep myself. I'm done with this. I can't take it anymore. People get to that level. Of it. Others don't do the physical suicide, but it's emotional.
Okay.
I don't want to go into any relationship again. Matters of love and marriage are strangers to me. I don't want to do anything. Others have stuff like psychological suicide. That anyone who talk about marriage, I want to marry you. It means you are in here to hurt me. You are in here to do another damage someone else did to me.
Yeah.
People get to the point that they don't want to even go out. And if it's the more that I used to go and buy stuff, going there will bring back the memory. So I will avoid
that area.
I want to lock myself in, cry or...
From what you've just said, let me go back and ask you, what are some of the causes of that leads to divorce?
A lot of things could cause this. People believe that once you love someone, marriage is okay. Marriage go beyond just loving someone.
Okay.
Marriage go beyond loving someone. See, love is something that you don't even find in a relationship. We all need to have love before we go in. It's personal.
You have to have
love.
You've said this before.
Yes. Love, you don't go looking for love. Love is not in a city that you go and find.
Or you go to the shop and buy.
No. You can't do that. Love is something you need to have. And when you have love and you are married to someone who have love, you are sure that that relationship will have love. Okay. So...
And so are you trying to say that you can't love if you don't love yourself?
Of course. You can't love when you don't love yourself. You don't appreciate yourself.
You can't give what you don't have.
No, you can't give. It's supposed to be inward that you give. So people believe that when they have a feeling for somebody, attraction, likeness for someone, they feel like, look, you've met someone for life and that will work. But that's not the truth.
In that sense, you're trying to say that love is different from liking.
Having this admiration for people.
Oh, this person speaks well, this person looks gorgeous, and so
because of the school they attend, the family, it go beyond all this. Even besides that, if you even have love and you go into marriage, the other things that will threaten the marriage, things like responsibilities. We owe some things to the marriage. If you love each other, you cannot pay light bill, there will be trouble. Government doesn't know anything about love. I want my money. If you can't educate your kids, if you cannot eat, there's going to be trouble in that particular house. Respect, character, the past, conflict will come because we are different. How we communicate. Even the children
see things differently.
Yes. Even the children that comes in, it's going to cause a lot of trouble. They'll test our patience, the way we discipline them, the way we even raise them. All these factors could cause divorce, the way we handled them if we don't handle them.
I read somewhere that the children that came in led to the divorce because one party was saying that you actually not paying, I mean, you're not having attention for me, but your attention is veered towards one side, and so it became a problem.
It's true. So that we attach to the children when they comes into the marriage, and we forget that the basic of that marriage is the children are just add-on, and one day the children will even leave. And when you have your attention drawn to the children and you ignore your partner, it could lead to divorce. The in-laws also comes in the extended family, the friends, the workplace. If all this conflict with the marriage is going to be trouble. So causes of divorce are plenty. Finance is part of it. Children are part of it. Sex is even part of it.
You're denying me.
If you're not being denied, sometimes people are so exposed to sex in the past. Now when it comes to the marriage, they want their spouse to be in that level. So if you have, let's say, master degree in having sex, you come to marriage, a PhD, you marry to somebody who have diploma.
There's trouble. And that could lead to
the patient to teach that person to get to your level, the time, who cause trouble to lead to divorce.
It's no joke, but I mean, you can't, we have to laugh over it.
Yes, it's happening. These are real stuff. So divorce are things that are rare. It's in reality. People are facing it. Their marriage, the marriage break before we even start. Because the red flags are there. Things are not going to work. But we still push it ahead to get
because
married.
of the kind of society that we come from.
The society, our main perception to, I'm growing. If I don't get married now, there's going to be trouble. I have to have child at a certain age. People will think I'm not a successful person. I am a disgrace. The pressure is so much. And we push it. Sometimes the church too, we've been there for long, so the two of you can match. Let's go. God will do it. So
and then eventually they realize that it's not together. So and then the tension starts.
The tension starts, and when it starts like this happen, people like to keep to themselves, work at it. And if you don't have the education, you don't have the resource, you don't have the tools or an understanding of going around this, eventually the divorce will knock at your door. And when divorce knock at the door, the trauma, the pains we go through. And people who go through it, they want to deal with it. That's the fact. But they don't use the right approach to deal with it. Okay. First, I just avoid it. They pretend they are not divorced.
Okay.
They pretend. They don't want to hear any news about divorce. They don't want to talk about it, but basically they're divorced. They don't want to talk about it. I just try to escape from it. They want to get into another relationship, just cover their pain.
Do they see it as separation but not a divorce?
No, when the marriage just go off, they go on a route to search for a new partner.
Okay.
So the pain, the trauma I went through, when I meet someone else, that person will cover up. So like you have a wound on your body. You don't want to treat it. So you used to something to cover it, plaster to cover it, pretending there's pretend there's no wound, but the pains are there. So as soon as the marriage ends, they are looking out for someone new. Even sometimes the marriage is not ended.
But they know it's going to end. So,
they started preparing substitute. So as soon as they get a new person, they think this will take off the pain, will take off the intimacy, everything. I will just sweep over. But it does not work. Others deny, not just avoid.
They get into denial?
They get into denial. People are divorced, but they still keep their name. They still put on the ring.
Okay. Pretending
they are married, but they are not married. These are all ways people try to deal with it. But you need to face it. You can't be running away from it.
Is it because of our societal way pressure we look at things? I mean, people are divorced, they divorce.
Our own expectations also come to play. Right. Our own expectation. People say that to me, that look, if I'm married, it's going to marry for once. I won't go through divorce. Divorce is not part
of my vocabulary.
But when you start a relationship, you are looking for someone who will assure you that they won't divorce you. The marriage will be at an end. You're not looking at whether the person is ready, whether the person have the will, the person have what it takes to get married to, and that marriage will last. They are only looking for assurance. Okay. If you can promise me that the marriage will last for long, we will go ahead. So look at the vows we say in the churches. We are happily saying the vow, but we don't even understand some of these vows. For better, for worse, until death do us apart. We smile, we kiss, we are so happy, they clap for us. And the next 3 days, we have trouble.
So you can't go back to face the same people and say, we're tired.
No, we can't go back and say, what would the pastor say about it? What would my friends say?
What would the congregation say?
You start questioning yourself. So we try to hide from things like this. So the pressure is there. And the children also comes in. Are they stays in the marriage or divorce, stay in the divorce and pretend as if they are divorced, but they pretend as if they were not divorced. Okay. By telling the children, oh, there's nothing like that. We are together. It's just like we have some misunderstanding between me and your father or mother. That's why they are away. And they can see it. So that the way the two of you fight, when you come around, the body reactions,
the body language,
speak to them that look, this old mature people are behaving like we the kids. What's the trouble? And they pretend nothing. You don't worry. Go and learn. Go and talk. Go and talk to your friend. Go and play with them. And they don't just go and keep quiet. They've been thinking about it. Those coming from divorce home, children coming from them, they're afraid of even getting into a relationship because of what they see.
Wow. Because of what
they have gone through. They have seen. They are afraid of getting into a relationship. My fear is what happened to my mother, my father. It might be likely to happen to me because they were not able to handle it. They were my role model. They were not able to teach me how to go about it. what show I'll be successful. So maybe let me not get into relationship. It affects them. It affects them, even their own relationship and the way they see things and the way they think about it. Difficult part of the divorce.
It comes with a lot of challenges.
Yes.
And like you said, I mean, there are so many things that would make people get there, but they don't just get there.
Yes.
There must be challenges that leads to divorce.
Yes.
And you've enumerated quite a number of them that right from the onset, like you said, if I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is not pretending that when you get married to somebody who loves you so much, no matter what happens, you'll be able to save the marriage. I always tell people, the ingredient, if it is bad from the market, cooking, no matter the anointing, how anointed you are, no matter how you lay hands on the food, it might not change. It might not change. So right from the
miracles don't work.
Miracle happens. Some miracles, reality, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So
the ingredients are bad.
Yes, God wants to help us get to that right space or have a good marriage. But sometimes we do it leaving God out. We do it in our own haste, in our own kind of pressure. Take time to know the person from the beginning. Take time. Many divorcees, when you speak to them, they saw the signs were there. They just ignore it. They just slice it. Oh, will be over. Things will be better. They saw it. It was so visible. But with time, and with the time, the gap was widening. The pain was deepening. The trouble was... So I will treat the single special coming out. Before you get into marriage, make sure the person that you're getting yourself involved, one thing is that person has to be ready. Look for readiness, not assurance.
Assurance. Okay. There's a difference between readiness and assurance.
Yes.
How would you put that?
Okay. Assurance is just a promise to give a confidence. A declaration to make somebody feel good.
That everybody can do.
Yes. A lie can even give you assurance. 419 can give you assurance.
Yeah.
Everyone
that
is
bring your money, I'll double it for you.
Thank you.
And they know they don't have...
They can tell you stories that doesn't even exist to just patch up.
The same applies to...
Yes. So if you go out looking for people who give you a promise ring, in the name of marriage, I'll marry you, things will be okay, then you fail. Those who go around doing blood covenant, let's do blood covenant, the marriage will not end. Look, blood covenant cannot even save you in terms of stuff like this. Go for readiness. Readiness is somebody who is fully prepared and willing to do it. So if it's fully prepared
and willing.
Yes, fully prepared and willing to do it. So if the person is not fully prepared, you don't go. And if it's fully prepared, then that way to do it is there.
Right.
And with that person's language, you don't need assurance because the commitment is there. You can see it. The passion towards you see it. How the person go around things, you see it.
You see it, all right.
They will be visible. You will need assurance. You will need to force the person to come and see your parents. You will need to ask for a ring to... You don't need those kind of promise. And even when you get into the relationship, because they are fully prepared and want this thing to work, when you get into conflict, they want to resolve it. Yesterday we were talking fine, we were happy, and then all of a sudden today we are not happy.
We are loggerheads.
What is happening? I don't want to lose this relationship. Let's resolve it. Let's look for ways and meet and fix it. This is different from somebody who just gave you assurance. Like when things didn't work, oh, there are a lot of men, there are a lot of women. After I'm handsome, I'm beautiful. Why don't I just go on social media and look for someone? Or just within my locality, or even my exes are available.
So you're changing, like you're sitting in a train, you got your stop, so you just have to get off and let the train carry on.
Yes.
Would it be appropriate if I say that as counselors you should begin to look at, when you're counseling people, you should tackle divorce there and tell them some of the consequences of divorce, and so why they are going in, that promise that they're going to make to each other, and say that for better, for worse, till death do us part. This is what it is. Do you do that sometimes?
With the premarital, what we call counseling, like guardian, we are guiding the spouse who are going to get married. No, you let them know the truth. In fact, you are not taking decision for them. Right. They need to know the truth. giving them all what they need to know.
Right.
This is tomatoes. These are the ingredients. This is what you can do. This is pepper. It depends on the person what you want to do with them.
Right.
And if you see things which are not working, you should be able to be bold enough to let them know. You should be able to let them know. So we do this. Nobody will see things like this or start pushing you around. And I think most of the churches are coming out now. If the counselor say no, then we the church will say no. They are good.
They must see something why they would say no.
They want approval from the counselor. If the counselor gives us a green light, let's go ahead and put the two together, we will go ahead and put the two together. If the counselor say no, then we have to delay you. And we have to face that. If you cannot face, then look for someone else. The troubles are with the spouse. Some leave the church
and
go out
and marry because they made up their mind.
Yes, some happy. There are things that happen. Look. I spoke to somebody and I asked for the person's permission because of the story was so deep to me and wanted to share for educational purpose, and he was happy with that. But the strange part of that particular story was someone who is so interested, you want to get married to you, gets into the church with you. They've seen the red flags. The family have seen the red flags. Friends have seen these red flags. The person tell you, look, you know I love you. Don't listen to what the people are telling you. Close the door to them. Let's go ahead and do secret marriage. They do. At the end of the day, he came back. Just 2 weeks.
After the marriage?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. And you realize that, look, I've done a mistake. And within that 2 weeks, he's even carried a seed. What do I do? I'm trapped here. And this is someone who have left the country. He was outside the country doing very well, left everything, brought all the investments here, squandered them, and realized that the person I'm married is just different. People do it. So the counseling, the churches, the society, they are putting, even the family, they are putting structures in place to save. But the lovers involved, the couple involved, sometimes they find ways and means just to satisfy that curiosity. They do it. Isn't
it human nature?
Yes.
A human is always curious, and so they would want to go and try it. Why?
It's true.
Why are you saying I shouldn't?
That's why
there must be something good, and you are preventing me from.
I'm telling you, there are some broken hearts watching today who understand some things better.
Better than those of us sitting here.
And
sometimes people would get into it before they realize that. And so, if you're actually talking to any individual or anybody who is listening to us, should come to understand that it is the most difficult thing in a relationship to live with somebody for many years, and then all of a sudden, especially when children have also come in, and then you divorce. So it gets to a point that individual must take that decision and say, no matter what the challenges are, I want to mend this problem and move forward, because in life there's advantages and disadvantages, two sides, if I'm right.
It's true.
And so you have to weigh that disadvantages to the advantage. And so, for instance, if a partner would separate or divorce, the disadvantages you are giving me far outweighs the advantages.
It's true. The disadvantages are so much. See, if the two people are willing to make it work, it
won't be easy.
Yes, but have the trust we want to do it.
Yeah.
But sometimes realize that one want to, the other person does not want to. That's the difficult aspect. But if the two says that, look, if this marriage is killing us, we still have to resolve it. We have to work at it. They are fully committed to it. They'll try over and over and over.
And have you encountered some who have gotten to that point?
Yes.
At almost break points.
The start at the beginning is that the man want to, the woman doesn't want to. The later on, the man changed the mind, the woman want to. The later on, look, we can do it. Apparently, they've gone to try elsewhere and realize that, look, what we have was better than going elsewhere. And they are on a journey. They are getting better. It's not as fast, but they've learned a lot of things from their past and what they have gone through now. And that served them that, look, what we've gone through is so much that we don't want to get to that point again. People are doing it. And they say, and those who are even going through the divorce, you are not a bad person. The fact is, you are not a bad person because you went through divorce. There's a hope for you. Yes, you can live again. You can get things better again. There's a hope for you. You can do it again. But if you are in a marriage already, you've not gone out, and you can make things work, it's better going through the process of working with your partner. But when you go through the divorce, the pain, the trauma, it will take time for you to get better. There are people who never got to that place before they die.
What are some of the things that if two people have almost gotten to the verge of separating and divorcing, and you have something to tell them so that they would probably take a second look at it again, what would you tell them? Because probably somebody's watching us and they are at that point, they've gotten to that break point.
I've said it again, and I'll say it again. Ask yourself, the man or the woman that you want to leave, or you want to throw away or get rid of, was that person been a blessing to you before? Was it good to you? Was the relationship better? What was making it better? What was making it so good? Can we go back to the drawing board and address some of this stuff? Can we start all over again and correct some of the mistakes by writing better than the previous one? Obviously, if you can and you are willing to do so, you should be able to do that. The trouble is sometimes the pains you go through might be preventing you that look, going is impossible. But if you want to let go of the pain, there will be a healing for you. You'll get better. So try again. Never give up. Try again. Things will be better.
Wow. Divorce. A topic that many do not want to tackle. Yeah. And I've watched a series on divorce court, and two individuals who loved each other, but then got into a point and it was all bitterness, bitterness, bitterness. Sometimes I sit back and say, what happens? And you probably have said it already, that it could have been the red flags were there.
When you divorce, we said the marriage from the beginning is what separates the two of us is death. Until death do us apart.
Yeah.
So when we get to that point that we are separated,
that's right.
It means we are dead. The relationship, the marriage is dead. When marriage, when death occurs, what happens? You see ghosts. Because we bury the person, we are done with it. But when the memories come, these are the ghosts. So when the memories come, they come emptiness. Right. So this one makes the trauma very painful. When you see the person, you can bring back all the promise from the beginning, what you put into the relationship.
Both good and the bad.
Yes. And then you could even start living in those pain at that moment. That makes it so difficult.
It can be very nasty experience, is it?
I'm telling you, it will end your life if you are not able to deal with it very well.
And that's why you said some even become suicidal.
You get to the physical part of it, they want to just die. And some who are emotional suicidal, they've got it to that point. Marriage, you want to marry me? No. Being in a relationship? No.
I should have probably found somebody who's gone through it and faced some difficulties and probably been able to survive, and then find somebody who had gone completely and probably bring them. Maybe next time that's what we'll do, and then they tell their experience. Because I can imagine that if anybody is attempting to go from what you said, they should have a second look at it.
It will be good if only they will avail themselves to be able to speak and open up for
in the Western world. They do. They use themselves as sacrificial lambs and tell people, what I went through, you can't survive.
I'm telling you, many of the people who went through are willing to speak. They are willing to speak, yes. They just want others to know.
It's a nasty experience.
Yes. So you just have to take advice.
For the sake of time, I mean, what else have you got to add to this our topic for today? And then we can call it a day, this very special Friday.
Thanks so much. I wanted to put it that marriage is a hard work. Marriage is not for lazy people. In fact, if you see somebody who has been successful in marriage by failing anything else, he has failed in job, business, but he has been successful in marriage, that person is a successful man or woman. That tells you how hard work marriage is. See, our trouble here is we chase people to get married to them. And when they stop and we get married to them, we stop the chasing. What I mean is the very things we do to get them to get married to us, we start doing them to wound them over, to bring them to capture their hearts, their attention. But once we get married to them, we don't do those things.
Complacency sets in.
We stop it.
Now it's mine.
And that's what killed the marriage. Because they said the two shall be one. if they are going to join, another part of the joint is chasing. So the chasing, real chasing starts in the marriage, not outside the marriage. So if you get married, your marriage will be successful. Right. You got to chase when you get into the marriage. So chasing continue aggressively and more in the marriage, not outside marriage.
What else can I say? I mean, it sounds so easy, but is it that easy?
It's not easy. That's why it requires a lot of work, it requires grace, it requires a lot of forgiveness, big heart to tolerate a lot of things, a lot of patience.
I like that, big heart.
Yes.
To tolerate.
In fact, you'll be tested in your marriage. You'll be tested in your marriage. But the good part is things that we go through teach us lessons about life. Teach us lessons. And this lesson bring a lot of goodness.
Would we ever stop learning?
No, you can't stop learning. Me, I'm always learning. You should always learn. If you are married, in fact, as the years go on, your marriage should get better because we are learning to make it better.
Would I be right if or should I ask you instead of say it, no marriage is the same?
No marriage is the same because no individual. We are all different. We are all unique.
Our DNA is different.
Our experience, our background, wherever we are coming from, all these things are all different. So imagine you complete different person. Sometimes you don't even know how to deal with yourself.
That's right. Yeah.
You are meeting someone else who is also different.
Brought up in an entire different settings and environment.
Things will be different. So every marriage is unique. Every marriage requires different kind of grace, different kind of patience. So it's bad for you to sit down and compare your marriage to someone else's marriage. Because your trouble, your problem is unique. And you have a solution to it. That's what it is.
If I could borrow your words, if you look at my fingers on my hand, on the same hand, but they are different sizes.
Yes.
And so even siblings would not have the same marriage.
No.
Did I get it right?
Yes, you very right. Siblings from the same womb, the same father, the same mother, won't get the same marriage. Yeah. It will be different. That's why I asked if I'm a father, I won't force my child to have a marriage like that of mine. And I will not prevent them from making their own mistakes in their marriage. I will not be there preventing them from doing some things. I'll give them the rooms, but I'll be there. In case they need help, they can fall on me. And this goes to our parents out there. Allow our spouse to go. Allow them to marry. And when they marry, allow them to make their mistake. Allow them to learn from them. Give them the support they need. Give them the help they need. Above all, pray for them and pray with them.
Above all, pray for them.
Pray with them.
Wow. Is it expensive?
It's to pray with them.
No, I mean all this package that you've given. I'm saying, is it expensive? It must be very expensive.
Yes, it must be very expensive because the way we are saying it, it looks so easier.
Exactly why I put it that way.
It's easier, but it's not easier. Maybe the way I'm putting it makes it easier.
I'm sitting here and it's like peeling bananas.
It makes it
and
easier.
It's soft, no bone, nothing.
Yes, but it's work.
But it can be made. It can be done.
It's work. You see, sometimes we will marry, we get that someday, find this marriage, is it going to get to that until death do us apart? Yes. There are days you don't want to look at your partner twice because of the things they did to you. But you have to look at the relationship and defend the issue from the relationship. Like, look, this is just upset, something we need to learn from it. We have a long journey to go. So not giving up on each other every blessed day is what gives us the strength to get to the last end.
If we have wings to carry us, we would have to definitely tell ourselves that divorce is not the way forward.
No. Definitely divorce is not the way forward. It's not a good thing to do. That's why God said in Malachi 2:16 that I hate divorce. Why does God hate divorce? God of all hosts, because it covers one garment with violence. What it means is divorce, when you go through the pains, it's so traumatic. It's bad. It could kill you. And God doesn't want to see us going through this. Even Jesus Christ started his ministry. The first things he spoke about, that I'm here to talk about, one of them was divorce in the book of Luke.
I was surprised that you touched on Moses, that Moses started divorce because he was given the official stamp to say, go your separate ways.
God didn't mean God didn't even say yes to it or no to it.
No to it.
It means that Moses was not doing this for himself,
Right.
but he's doing that because the best way to save life was to give them the letter of
and so he had the authority at that time
to do that. So all divorce going on, the lawyers and stuff like that, the boss is Moses who invented it. And it has been a journey that has helped some people in a way to save their life, in a journey that people should not even think of getting there from the beginning, because going through the pain, it's like saying if I take a bad car, when I have accident, doctors will be there to save me. I'll go through life. But
look, what a way to think.
You don't think that way. You should think like, look, let me get a good car, a good driver, and get to my destination peaceful.
In one piece, rather than together in pieces.
Yes, and trying to put the pieces together, which might not fit as it used to be.
Obviously, we have exhausted every bit of it, and I guess that you have actually understand what my counselor Adofoli has been telling us. It's a situation that most of us would not want to talk about, just like death, and that's how I started today's edition of our relationship, and said that death is a necessary end. It would come when it should come, and for as long as you're getting married and challenges come and upsets come and people really fall out of love, divorce would come. But we have looked at the advantages and the disadvantages of what happens in there, and the disadvantages far outweigh the advantages. And so children would not have both parents there. The memories that you've had that you used to say I love you, even when the dining table is seen, it creates a problem because you used to. Even sometimes a particular route that you cannot take any longer. You used to go to the mall with your partner, and now if you see the mall, a particular color is your partner's favorite, and so when you see that color, a perfume alone can trigger that problem. And so it is one of the most difficult situations, and so if you have a way to deal with it, if you have a way to solve it, you do that. Well, this is where time will permit us on today's edition of our relationship, and we still have our very special guest in the house, and they would have to take it away. Afro Jerry's are right here, and if you're ready, I'll hand over to you, and you take us to the next level.
the blind. Now you be your God. Now you be your God. Now you be your God. Now you prayers make the dumb to speak. Now he delivered the Israelites from the Egyptians. He don't make the lambs so they walk out the road. So my brothers and sisters, come and be praised where you go. Now he give me liberation. Now he give me promotion. Now he give me expression. That's why I say, Jesus now God. Now God. Now God. Now God. Jesus, no be a God, maybe. I will say Jesus, no be a God, maybe a God, maybe. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're singing again, go! Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Jesus, now you be your God. I'ma let him, now you be your God. Any other God, that's so yeah more. Any other God, that's so yeah. Any other God, that's so yeah more. Any other God, that's so yeah. Let me hear Jesus. Jesus, now you be your God. Jesus, now you be your God. Any other God, that's so yeah. Any other God, that's so yeah. Any other God, that's so yeah. Oh, me and Jesus, Jesus, now you be your God. Now you be your God. Jesus, now you be your God. Any other God, that's so yeah. Any other God. butter, my bread, sugar, my cocoa. So wonders Jesus to do. Heavy butter, my bread, sugar, my cocoa. So wonders Jesus to do. Heavy butter, my bread,